Okay, I'm going to do this problem a little differently. The reason for that, I just noticed something here, and I'm seeing this as in the first equation they're reciprocals. So I'm gonna let u equal x over x minus y. So that first equation becomes u minus, well, it's a reciprocal. And what's that going to be? 1 over u, and that equals minus 40 over 21. I'm going to multiply both sides by 21u. So we get 21u squared minus 21 equals minus 40u. Let me see if I did it right. 21u, right? So 21u squared minus 21 and then minus 40u. This looks good. So let's write this down. 21u squared plus 40u minus 21 equals 0. I'm going to attempt to factor this. It doesn't look too bad. 7u, 3u, this is 0, 7, 3, plus, minus. Let's check it. 21u squared, bingo. 49 minus 9 is 40, bingo, and you get minus 21. So I get two different u's. The u I get here is going to be what? Let's take a look at that. That would be 3 sevenths. What's the other u going to be? Or the u would be equal to minus 7 thirds. Now, the game's not over at this point. I just found out what u is. So I'm going to do one u at a time. And I'm going to do the 3 sevenths first. And I want to tell you where I'm plugging it in, right over here. All right, and you may wonder why that is. I got to get a relationship between x and y to figure this out now. And let me write this down. And I'm going to say you'd get 3 sevenths is equal to x over x minus y. And what do you get there? You get 3x minus 3y is equal to 7x. And let's see, you would get minus 4x minus 3y is equal to 0. Or if you prefer, you could write down 4x plus 3y is equal to 0. And I'm going to take that equation and put it here. So I'm going to say 4x. Let me erase that because they have a different order. So you know what I should do instead of doing that? It looks pretty easy to solve it. So I'm just going to just say 4x, get my pen out, equals minus 3y, and divide both sides by 4, and you're going to get x equals minus 3/4 of a y. All right? So let's go back up here and write this down. 2y, I'm using it here. 2y, let's see, that would be what? Minus 9/4 of a y equals minus 1. Well, I got to do something with this. I got to clear the fraction. This is going to be 8y minus 9y is equal to, let's see, I'm multiplying by 4, right? Minus 4. So what are you going to get over there? Minus y equals minus 4, so y is 4. Relatively simple. So I'm going to say, I think I have it figured out now. So if y is 4, whoops, I got it in the x position, don't I? That's not right. So if y is 4, x would have to be minus 3. All right, I want to go to the key and show you where this is. And this answer is listed for me right over here. Now someone says, are you done? No, I'm not done. I haven't done the other guy yet. All right? And the other guy is minus 7 thirds. Let me write that down for you. So minus 7. You know what I'm going to do? I'm going to erase the work over here because I'm kind of done with this. You know, we got there. We definitely got there. All right, we got that answer. I'm going to do this, and I'm just going to do the minus 7/3. So what am I saying over here? Well, let's go back. What is it? Minus 7/3 is equal to x over x minus y. Well, I got to do the same thing I did before, right? So you get minus 7x plus 7y equals 3x. All right, let me stop, pause for a moment, make sure I get that right. Minus 7x plus 7y, 3x. Well, that means minus 10x plus 7y is equal to 0. Well, I'm going to do the same thing I did in a prior one. I'm just going to, maybe, well, I could write down 7y is equal to 10x, right? And then I guess I could solve for, I'll solve for y. What's y? Y is going to be 10 over 7x. And what am I going to do with that? I'm going to plug it in here again. Let's write that down. What are you going to get? 20/7 of an x. Again, y is 10/7 of an x, so 2 times y would be 20/7 of an x. Plus, well, I'm going to write this as 21, because it's 3x, over 7. And I'm going to write this as minus 7 over 7. So I get something pretty simple. I'm going to multiply both sides by 7 now. You're going to get 41x is equal to minus 7, or x is equal to minus 7 over 41. All right? Then the question is, what's the y? Well, all I have to do is multiply it by 10/7. And let me write that down for you. So it's minus 7 over 41 times 10/7, which is going to be, let's write the ordered pair down now, minus 7 over 41, comma, you would get minus 10 over 41. All right, let's look at our k, see if we got it. Mistakes happen, but we want to make sure we're getting the same answers. And I'm getting it. All right, same answer. By the way, I want to point out that, I probably should have pointed this out in other graphs, by the way. But a lot of times people look at the graphs and say, oh, I see more points of intersection. And people get often confused by that. But I want to claim over here, what you think are points of intersection are not even possible. For example, x can't be 0, right? So there's no way that any point where there'd get an intersection where x would be 0, like for example over here, there's no way it would happen. All right, no way. All right. Now what goes on there is a hole there. All right, you don't see it, but there's no intersecting point there. It's not there. So the question is, did I find the correct points? Well, I want to point out this point over here is probably the easiest one to look by inspection. It does look like minus 3, 4. I got to be honest with you, this one over here, there's no way I could look at the graph and get that. But it's actually minus 7 over 41 minus 10 over 41. They're really not bad to get by the techniques that we're using, all right? These can be difficult problems, though. I'm not saying it's an easy problem. You may not appreciate my U substitution. Over here, I did it slightly differently. Yeah, I did it differently. I simplified the first equation. I got something simple out of it, and I basically just solved for x. All right, but it was the same method. Different road, though. It really is. The method I'm using is algebra. Took a different road. All right, I do that sometimes. Thank you.